Few places are richer in tradition, more steeped in nostalgia than this old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. And the scarlet and gray have this place rocking already. We are in full-on stripe-out mode as the fans doing their part to try to distort the vision of the visitors. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Washington Huskies, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Ohio State's offense will start this game off. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame he can really utilize.
Leaves it with the back. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you're going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, take everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude, in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this offense is so impressive.
Shakes off the defender. Tackled after picking up the first down. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio's...
He's going for it all. He's going, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The Huskies offense has the ball for the first time. This matchup on the outside, Jesse, a big play weapon for the offense, a shutdown corner for the D.
They say big-time players make big plays in big games, so who gets the best of this matchup? That's going to determine the game.
I mean, such a fun chess match. How much are they on each other during the game, the head-to-head matchup that everybody wants to see?
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Washington sends out the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They've just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They tried to run the counter, but absolutely nothing doing.
And those counter plays take a little longer to develop sometimes. You're usually pulling one or two guys, and that penetration in the backfield can kill you and get to the running back before he gets started.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. To the air, it's Gage. Working the middle, it's complete. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Trying to get to it. Picked off. Got room on the return. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll run it from the gun. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Got 6 on first. He's looking to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Offense gets set for second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got it set up on the outside. Can't get him to the ground. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Second down coming up. They'll run it from the gun. Relying on the run, he gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Husky.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Fires to the wideout. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. Catches it cleanly at the 20. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. First down here for the offense. They'll try the run. Discards a man.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
And they'll get enough for the first down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the first quarter. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The running game worked on first down. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. Quick pass on the jet motion. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
And the try is no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Quarterback will audible. Looking to throw, it's Gage. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. He's looking to throw it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Give to the running back. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
The give to the single back. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. They'll try to add another to their lead. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
I personally love aggressive defense. I love it. Bringing the strong safety down, blitzing that sucker in there to get the quarterback. Boom. Get that guy on the ground. Nice aggressive play call by the defense.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Unloads it left. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. They'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have wrecked these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Feeling some heat. He'll take a deep shot here.
And I tell you what, when you got a guy that is that good at dissecting your defense, you better get pressure. Nice job. Hurrying him up, speeding up the thought process.
Fires to the wideout. And the pass hits, picked off. Those kind of plays can be huge for momentum. Even with the short return, they're set up at the 45.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field. And the ball is intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
He'll work his way down to the 28. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Now on second down. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air, it's Gage. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Harris. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Floating away. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And I love the bounce back for this offense. We lost a week ago. Let's put that in the rearview mirror. That game's gone. Let's improve. Let's get better. So far in this first half, they've done just that.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. And you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Comes out throwing on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by a field goal over Louisiana. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll come to the line and try to get out of this mess on second down. Unloads it downfield. Pulls it in on the right. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, the defense has got to be kicking themselves. They have the offense pinned back so deep in their own end. It's one thing to give up a completion, but you can't let the receiver go the entire distance and score a touchdown. Bad job on the back end by the D.
Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
You've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll throw it on first down. Finds space on the right. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. Washington coming to the line with another first down. Looking to move it through the air. Coming after it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on second down. Fires to the wideout. Throws into double coverage and it's picked off. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29. They'll be able to snap it once more before the end of the half. They'll throw it on first down. He lets one fly deep. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out. They're inside the horseshoe.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Buckeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense...
It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A first down for the offense. From the gun, the ground game. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. The Buckeyes are in the red zone. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Dropping back, it's Gage. Flushed out of the pocket. It'll be incomplete, trying to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. And that one is picked off in the end zone.
It has just been that kind of day for this guy. 4 picks now thrown in this game. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. He just hasn't been throwing the football accurately. This is a game he would like to soon forget.
Quarterbacks love throwing slants to big boys. When you got big targets, man, it's hard to miss them. Great job throwing to a guy that tall, putting it near his body, and he plucks it in for the catch.
At the 40, there he goes. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Going up top on first down. And the defense gets to the quarterback. After the big first down sack for the D, it's second down. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Throwing right. Oh, so close to paying off the tip drill. He had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Washington sends out the punt team. Cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive now.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. They'll leave it with him. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Back to pass, it's Gage. He's right on target. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Buckeye aerial attack continues to be prolific. You feel as if they're on the verge of scoring on any snap.
And it's such a good blend between such great offensive talent year after year after year that you see go to the draft, but also great play calling, great play design. They've always got it working, and you know this offense is always capable of hanging 40 points and making it look easy.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need it. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Rifles it down the middle. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Buckeyes will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the play. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
The best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Never breaks stride. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Washington right back to the line.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. A strike downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field.
That's a really good-looking throw right there, and that was a tight spiral, too. You guys remember the great Washington Husky quarterback Warren Moon? I don't think anybody threw a more pretty ball than Warren Moon did. Tightest spiral I've ever seen. That right there reminded me of old number 1.
Washington hoping to make this defense bow down in the red zone. D showing blitz, they might be bluffing. He wants to throw it again. Now improvising. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia Southern is putting on a show offensively, only there's been no real story arc. It's been all Eagles all day with almost no let-up. They're up by 17 over the Sharks. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Leaves it with the running back. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Snagged in the middle, it's West. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Here on 3rd down for this offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. To throw, it's Gage. Fires to the tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ballgame, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points now to get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Motion from the offense. Power football with the run. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. Eighth play of the drive, and to keep this one going, they'll need to convert a 3rd and 5. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Grabbed over the middle, it's West. The offense coughs it up. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And a great return on the play before they're finally able to bring him down. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Oh, he would have loved to pick up a few more yards on that return, but they've still got it at the 31. Here comes the offense on first down. Takes the handoff. It's West. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The Buckeyes want to move quickly. They'll run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
On second down, just keeps firing. Grab near the marker, it's Williams. Still on his feet at the 45. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
The incompletion brings up a second down. He's looking to throw. Got his man in the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Tempo and overdrive.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the...
Throws toward the end zone. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. So third and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. Movement here from the tight end. They'll try to run for it. Finds a crease at the 20. The expressway is wide open. Inside the 30. The 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And this offense has really responded after last week. Last week, man, the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road and win. Come back home, you feel confident, you're in your routine, have answered the bell, took charge of this game late, and looking to go 1-0 this week.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. On 1st down, here comes this offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He's going to let it go. It's complete. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the stomping has commenced.
Salt into your wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Makes his connection. At the 45 on his way. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. He's going to pass. Throws to the tight end. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Unleashes one deep. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown and a little window dressing here at the end of the game.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They go to the ground. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well. But now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we played well.
And we got to think about where we're taking our girlfriend and parents for dinner, right? What side are we ordering with our giant steak? We've earned it in this game. Now it's time to go celebrate.
You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.